Everyone's tuning in for the free money.
Yes, sir. We're back for stream number 2. We got the NFL slate, and we got an MMA slate on hand, right, boys?
Sir.
That's right.
Yep.
We got B-Schneid back, we got Steve back, and we got Putsy back to join us for MMA. Yeah, thanks, Steve, for those bits. We got
Yeah, no
13
problem.
viewers in the chat already. Thank you guys out there. We're going to be interacting with chat for sure. If you're watching the YouTube video, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get on our way, boys. I'm thinking we go position by position, all right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. Good.
Let's get into it. All right, I got Fantasy Labs pulled up here, so on the screen you guys can see. You guys looking on the Twitch stream?
Yeah.
What do you guys thinking at quarterback? Looks like Josh Allen's popping. Go ahead, Steve. You start.
All right. Yeah, I think Josh Allen's probably your best option. Just looking at his price. And if I play him, I probably will pick 3 of his receivers with him because I like his receivers' prices as well. Diggs is only $7K, and John Brown and Beasley are pretty cheap after. I mean, Beasley had a bad game last week, but Brown did pretty well.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like that triple stack right there, right off the bat.
There you go. How about Ruts? What are you thinking at quarterback? You got any takes there?
I mean, is Mahomes is going to play?
It's not for sure yet. We don't know. There's gonna be a lot of injuries that we gotta figure out, but
I'm willing to bet my life that he plays. He's playing.
I think he's playing, but what is he? 90,
I mean,
95%?
Yeah, I guess if Mahomes is playing, if you're gonna play Josh Allen, you kind of want Mahomes to play, so it's kind of a fast-paced game and it's not a blowout.
Yeah.
So they're throwing the ball more.
Yeah, I want to target this. I think I want to target this
either way. Yeah.
How about you, Big? What do you think?
I mean, I think Patty, Tyreek, Kelsey stacks are just an automatic play every week, so I'm liking those. But nah, for Steve, I think if you're playing Josh Allen, you're playing all 3 of those guys, and maybe Dawson Knox a tight end. I don't know. What do you think about that, Steve?
Yeah, you might. Yeah, might as well just add a 4th to it.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not sure if I like Dawson. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of like. I think I'm probably going to play all these guys. I think I'm going to play Mahomes, Rodgers, and Allen more than Brady. I probably won't have that much Brady, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a championship weekend, so.
Yeah, I don't know. The way I ultimately look at it is I think I kind of like to target games, like just in general, and I think that game just has a better chance to shoot out, and I like the options better. It looks like, I mean, Tyreek looks underpriced, Cole Beasley, John Brown, and Steph Diggs. Looks like we got good receiver options now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Tampa Bay game, you never know what those receivers are going to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. I think I saw AB's game time decision, right? Is that wrong?
Who, Antonio Brown?
Yeah.
I don't see any designation on him here. I don't know how many injuries we have at wide receiver. I know we do at running back and I guess quarterback too. Like, is Clyde Edwards-Helaire still questionable?
I think he was, yeah. Last time I saw.
Yeah, like I thought him and Watkins were both questionable. I think they both were limited today in practice. I want to shout out Nerdiness in chat with the sub. Also Dev sub, DB sub, and Igneous. Igneous is Steve. Thank you guys for the subs. But final take. I just also like the rushing upside that Mahomes and Allen have over the other 2 guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll just say that I'm like whoever we think is going to be the least owned out of these guys. I'm going to want him.
Probably Brady.
Yeah,
I'm Brady.
Yeah. I just think they're all. I just think they're all like. I just think they're all pretty good.
If you look at the projections, projected ownership on here right now, looks like Brady and Rodgers, who I said I didn't really want to target, were the 2 lower owned guys, of course.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it's interesting to see which one of them. I guess you gotta pick a side there if you want to go overweight on one of them, right?
Yeah. That
Brady's
game could
just tough to pair with.
Too.
Like Rodgers, at least you can lock in Adams. I feel like,
mm-hmm.
and Tanyan looks underpriced at tight end, so there's 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah,
throwing
whichever
to him.
QB I'm playing, I'm gonna play 4 of his receivers /
4.
running backs, like 4 total.
Wow,
Yeah.
Steve's going crazy this week.
All right. That's a hot take.
Yeah, Bell is injured too. Thank you. Chris in chat mentioned that Bell he didn't practice today. I don't know what that is. So we still got some injuries. I just wanted to get this out so people can see it. So let's move on to running back. Speaking of Bell and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, that's really going to come down to what happens there because Darrell Williams could be an absolute smash if both of them or
Yeah.
one of them was out.
hmm
Also Singletary looks like he's popping. This is also the same game. Looks like we're game stacking, boys. But
Ooh.
he said, "Woo." But what are your guys' takes? Let's start with Steve on this one. I don't think I have
Running back,
push-ups
right?
to redeem, Park Greens. What happened, Steve? I said I want your take on running backs.
Yeah. So yeah, it would depend on Elair, but if Elair was out or Bell was out, I would like Williams and Elair. I wouldn't mind either of them. But I think Singletary is probably the best cheap option. Well, definitely the best cheap option, but he might be the best option in general just because he's so cheap and he had a really bad game last week that might make less people inclined to play him. So I kind of like that.
What do you think, Bay? You got any special takes at running back or anyone you're leaning to play?
I'm thinking that if it shakes out that Darrell Williams is the only active Chiefs running back, or like there's some report that or we think that he's going to get 80% of the work or something like that, he's got to be like an absolute gem in every lineup. I just think it's Chiefs running back in that situation is just a must-have.
Yeah.
So if that happens, I'm going to want whoever that is, if it's Darrell or if it's Clyde Edwards, and then I mean, I don't know about Singletary, man. I'm definitely not playing him if I have Josh Allen, and I just think he kind of sucks. So
That's classic.
He did terrible last week, and I don't know. I just don't have that much confidence in him. So maybe he's like a cash play if you're trying to jam the receivers that we'll talk about, but tournaments fade just like last week.
Okay. Russ, do you have anyone that you might be thinking about?
Not really. Kind of what you guys were saying with Williams. I feel like especially for this weekend, it's very wide receiver heavy who are a little more expensive. So saving up for those guys will be helpful. So if he's definitely going to get a lot of the work, I feel like he's the best option.
Yeah, I hear you. So I think we just like we said, basically the two chalky options look to be coming from that game. Looks like
Yeah.
Aaron Jones didn't get the work we expected last week, and he's got Tampa, who's a really tough defense.
hmm
Yep.
So I think I'm
Yeah,
avoiding the Green Bay backfield most likely. I might have a little bit of Aaron Jones.
Yeah, if you can get him in there.
Yeah. The other interesting situation, I guess, is I think Rojo's probably gonna play. Same thing he did last week. It's probably just a 50-50 split there, which is tough. Maybe a little bit more of Lenny actually, but
yeah, you kind of have to just get lucky.
Situation. I don't like playing Lenny when he's in a good situation, and this is a bad one if Rojo plays.
we got Ant O'Connor in chat saying AJ Dillon is to play. That's
Wow,
tough.
yeah, they were
What
giving
up,
him
Hurt?
the ball
Shout
a
out to you,
decent
my
amount
guy.
on the goal line.
Steve was texting me. Steve was texting me
Yeah.
before the show about AJ Dillon.
Yeah, he might be a sleeper play.
Yeah.
Lastly,
How much does he cost?
He's the dead man. Stone mint.
Oh man.
Yeah,
He's got
so
a great projection of 2.3.
He love it.
I think he's more of a showdown play.
yeah. Should we check his price on Showdown for the sake of it? Yeah, he's only
check.
oh no, that's captain. Where is he?
I don't even see him.
Why isn't he showing up? Probably doesn't have a projection high enough.
200.
He's
Yeah, his
probably like a
projection's
1K.
too low. He's a cheapie though, that's for sure. All right, back to let's go to wide receiver then, where I think some big time names are underpriced. I won't start off though. I'll let B start because I know he likes some guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to jam these guys. I mean, we've been paying huge price tags for these guys all year, and now we got Tyreek 7.2, Diggs who's been going off 7K. That is crazy. Adams is 8K, which is like a little more fair, but I mean, Adams was 9.5 at one point I think this year. So, and he's going against Tampa Bay's secondary, which I don't think is that good, or good at all. And then I like some of these cheap options too. I mean, Lazard had a good game last week. I'm thinking he'll probably be pretty low owned. I like Beasley and John Brown. I'll take the lower end of one of those guys. They're both pretty cheap. Even looking at some of the Tampa Bay guys, I mean, Godwin's 5.4. That's a pretty good price. I just don't want whoever Jair's covering.
Hmm. What do you think, Steve? Going off of that, got anything?
Yeah, it's probably mostly just going to depend on my QB.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but like say I'm playing Rodgers, I'm probably going to play Adams, MVS, and Lazard or Tanya. Probably four of those. Or is that 4 or 5?
That was 4, dude.
Yeah, then I'll play those 4.
Yeah, you already told us you were playing 4,
Count's
dude. You
hard,
are
Steve.
jamming.
Yeah, well, actually, I would also maybe play Jones and take out one of the receivers because I'll probably only play one of Lazard or MVS.
I was gonna say, yeah, I don't think I don't think I would want those guys together.
Yeah. I'll tell you guys that I'll go last, but tell me what you think you usually do for lineups, like even on a slate like this, like what you would shoot for, ideally, like quarterback and wide receiver wise. Schneid, what do you think? Like 2 wide receiver, 3 wide receiver, anything you, or even
Uh,
one a skinny stack?
on this slate, nah, I'm thinking at least 2 per quarterback.
Yeah.
4 is what Steve's saying. I'm probably not gonna jam 4, but if it works out that way, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would say like 2 to 3 is probably my sweet spot, and then if it shakes out like a different way, and I like the rest of my lineup, then I'm fine if I get 1 or 4. But I'm shooting for 2 or 3.
I agree. What do you think, Putz? Do you have any ideas on lineup construction on if you think you're going to build it all this week and like what you think you're going to do?
Yeah, kind of like what you guys were saying. It depends on like the quarterback.
Yeah.
Like if you were playing Mahomes, I guess I know Sammy Watkins is still kind of like questionable. So it's
Mhm.
like which lower owned guy do you go? Do you go Hardman? Do you go Robinson?
Yeah.
Um,
Great point.
but then obviously then you're probably going Tyreek and Kelsey, which kind of lets you get a cheap guy in with them and
Yeah,
lets
I
you get
would.
at least 2
You,
or 3 of
I
those
think you
guys.
need one of Tyreek or Kelsey. You could go both, but you don't want to go 2 of the cheap guys or something. You know, you need one of the big guys at least if you have Mahomes.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, for sure.
it
And
just gets
Just
expensive.
Buffalo isn't that great at covering the tight end, so I mean, I think Kelsey is a pretty good option. And I mean, he's always a good option no matter what the matchup is. But yeah, I feel like if you're going KC, finding those cheap guys, Buffalo, I feel like it's Diggs,
Yeah.
Beasley. Once you get past that, and Brown, once you're past those guys, it's kind of like pointless.
We got G
but
McCrone in chat saying Smoky season. Anyone taking Smoky this weekend? Smoky Brown?
yeah, I love Smoothie.
Same.
He's an elite
Buffalo's
play.
just where my lineups are gonna start this week, I think. I love Josh Allen's price and his receivers look underpriced to me too.
Yeah, I'm just back to the KC thing real quick. But like, so if we get the Darryl situation that he's like close to a lock, like he's gonna get great usage, and in a Mahomes team, if I have Mahomes, Tyreek, Kelsey, and Darryl, like I'm probably not getting a cheap wide receiver in that lineup.
Yeah.
That's just a lot of mouths to feed, I think.
Yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
Chris in chat saying Gabe Davis question mark. Wow.
Ooh.
I might have a sprinkle of him, but he won't be a primary target for me. Anyone else?
I don't mind them.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Steve's trying to put the whole team in a lineup, so he might be in there. It might be in Steve's flex.
Steve's
Yeah,
good.
let me see it. If I play Allen, Diggs, Gabe Davis, Beasley, and John Brown, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
It's 4 right there.
yeah. I
We
mean,
know
that's
Steve
some
has to get to
salary
that key
savers.
number of 4. We're gonna
I
build a
mean, I
lineup
don't.
after this, by the way, boys. We'll go position by position. Thank you, Dev, for them bits. Shout out to Dev.
What's up, son?
Kelsey, I mean, look at the price difference. Kelsey at 8K, and then we got
Yeah, big
3.6, 3.2, 3K. I mean, we got the punts down here, but if you're spending up, you're getting Kelsey. But I like Tanyan down here, man, the best.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
Yeah.
guys think? Talk to me.
I agree. I like Tanyan. Knox is just like hit or miss. He might be wide open in the end zone and drop the ball every time. I had him first score one game and he dropped that wide open touchdown, and I haven't liked him since.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is going to depend a lot on, like we said, the quarterback. But, I mean, I like
Right.
Kelsey and bringbacks with Allen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't love Knox because you're really touchdown or bust. Well, and we're past Scotty Miller. We're past wide receivers, but wow, we got a sleeper there in Scotty Miller.
Hey, 60-yard touchdown alert.
What do you? He's not that much cheaper, but what do you think about the Tom Brady Gronk playoff?
Yeah, it's in play if
Play.
you're going. I mean, I guess as a one-off in like a Rodgers stack, but
Yeah.
if you have Brady, he's definitely a great stack.
Yeah.
2 tight ends. Wait, we have a question in chat. 2 tight ends viable without Kelsey. Wow.
Whoa. No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
It's just who do
In a
you go
lineup
with?
with
You go with-
Tanyan and Gronk, and you really jam some studs in there.
I guess if you're stacking that game, then yeah.
I think those would be the only 2 that
Yeah.
I don't know, man. You never know if it lets you get the nuts. G McCurran might have something. So you guys aren't leaning that way though. If you don't have Kelsey, you probably won't have a 2 tight end lineup.
I don't mind the Tiny and Gronk or Cameron Brake call, but I'm not leaning that way now. Not too tight end.
Okay.
Yeah, I could see it in a Brady or Rodgers lineup though. Like you just get both those tight ends.
If you guys are lighting your money on fire, the Million Maker, then by all means play a Dawson Knox Kelsey stack. Go ahead.
I'll definitely have one of them, man.
I just made a little lineup that lets you get some pretty good players with that double stack.
Yeah, there we go. We're about to make a lineup in a minute, but let's quickly touch on defense real quick.
I mean, yeah.
I think I like touching on that KC Buffalo game in general, like we've been saying. So Tampa Bay looks like my favorite defense just because they're the lowest priced. But you guys have any different takes?
Yeah, that's usually how I go about defense.
I'm literally making the rest of my lineup, and whichever one of these defenses fits, I'm probably playing. How about this though? So how about if you made like Steve? If you made a Josh Allen, Diggs, Beasley, John Brown team, you're not playing Chiefs defense on that team.
If they fit, I would do it because if
really
Allen throws a pick six, like they just get the ball right back.
Yeah, it's a 2-game slate. I mean, it just anything can happen, man.
And
Yeah,
it is kind of whatever fits or whatever your lineup.
Right. I don't really see one dominating defense like taking over one of these games. Like I feel like they're both gonna be high scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Steve, let me ask you an opposite question. On that same Josh Allen team, would you rather play the Chiefs day or the Bills day?
I'd probably honestly rather play the Chiefs D.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm thinking.
Because I think the Bills D, like if they get a pick six, that's going to take away from Allen and all those guys.
Yeah.
Like that's going to come down to. I feel like whoever's going to get a lucky pick six or something.
Yeah.
We got projected bad weather for these games. Yeah. So Chris, do you have any defensive takes, man? Before we get off the defense. Packers will be under-owned, says Garrett. And we have Anto Connor saying Packers. So how under-owned are they going to be, man? 2 people in the chat. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, so let's see. You guys want to get a lineup going? get a little snake
Yeah.
draft. I'll start it, and we'll go in a certain order.
LeBron just hit a deep three, but yeah, let's start.
Gotta shout out LeBron.
I'm going Josh Allen, locking him in, and I'm gonna pass it to Steve.
Josh Allen. All right. Give me a Smokey Brown.
Wow, Smokey Brown. G McCurn's really gonna like this lineup. Why we got 11 people in here? Anyone that ever wants to come on as a guest, please just hit me up. Love to have you guys on. Where's Smokey? Got him. All right, B-Schneid, going to you.
Let's go Tyreek.
Oh my gosh, he's looking great. Putz, you got 2 picks in a row.
All right. So we'll go Diggs.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And then are we gonna play Williams, assuming he's gonna get the carries, or are we gonna?
Yeah, we can make an
What do you-
assumption, man. It's early because he would be the
All right.
nuts. Let's play him.
We'll go with that.
All right, go ahead. B, back to you.
What's our average remaining salary?
Does it not show it on the screen? My bad.
Oh,
Right.
wait.
Like the left side, I can
Whoa,
kind
whoa,
of see
whoa,
it.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
What the hell?
Ain't
I
great.
think
All
the
right.
average is 5.4.
Yeah, it's about 5K per player.
All right. Let's go with Tanyan.
Tanyan. I like it. Steve.
Give me Beasley.
Wow, he loves jamming all of them. Let's go. Wow,
Beasley off
we
the
could have
zero.
went double tight end with Dawson Knox, man. Damn.
That's what I was hoping Steve was going.
Wow, Steve.
Nah. Beasley coming off the
See
zero.
what Bucks D gets us at. Wow, we have way too much money to spend, dude. We have money to spend. We gotta redo. Cole Beasley isn't a play.
All right,
there.
yeah, we can go from Beasley then. Can we get
All right.
Kelsey?
Wait,
What
or you could go
let's decide on our running back we want for this lineup.
Yeah.
No Singletary.
Honestly, like none of them.
We'll probably have enough for Aaron Jones. Yeah.
Aaron Jones gets you 7K. I know we already have Diggs.
Sub out Tanyan for Kelsey, and then how much does it leave you?
Oh crap!
Probably 6K.
We're making all these types of changes now. I got Kelsey in there. Is there anyone I'm missing? I don't think so. There's 2 spots left. 45 apiece. 4,500.
One of them's D, right?
Nah,
No,
he's
I
already
put
got
the
that in
Tampa
there.
Bay. It's flex and a running back. So if I go Aaron Jones, it's 2.6. Wow, how much is Dawson Knox? 2.8. Wow, just missed him.
Oh,
Damn.
Wait, if we go down from John Brown to Beasley,
Ooh.
we can
Then
get
yeah.
Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow,
my God.
this
Double
lineup's
tight end
good.
alert.
Is this it? Double tight end?
That's
Oh, he said without Kelsey, but maybe he'll accept this. Garrett, do you accept this?
I
We'll
don't
wait
know if
for
it
Garrett.
works
We'll wait
then.
for Garrett's approval in chat. But what do you guys think of the lineup?
It's winning $1 million.
it's a triple stack, right?
It's a triple. Wait, I tried. Yeah,
Triple with 2 bringbacks. 3.
Yeah, I like it.
We need some example showdown lineups. All right, Chris. Maybe we'll go into a quick showdown. Just make some lineups real quick, just to clown real quick.
Wow.
Where can you see? Where can you see what, Jay? I'm sorry. The lineup isn't. I can't really move it over. Oh wait, maybe. Yeah, I can. I'm sorry, boys. Can you see that?
There we go. That's good.
That's the lineup we made, just clowning around. We're gonna go into a quick showdown real quick, make a lineup in there, and then we'll get to MMA.
Go.
Yo, captain, come from chat. We need the captain pick from chat. First person to put the captain in there, and then we'll fill out the flexes.
Which slate?
Showdown. Decent lineup. Chris, we need a captain. First captain to come in gets gets the pick. Let's see what we get from chat. Wow, they're really taking their time to decide, man. They don't want to. They don't want to mess up. Which game? We're on the Packers game, my guy.
How much is Devontae? Like 20.
Adams or Diggs? Well, considering it's 2 different games, we're gonna go Adams. That was the first name said in chat. All right, Adams.
We'll get Diggs for the other one, maybe.
I'm gonna go Rodgers to pair him. You guys do not have money to spend, so have fun.
Is this the AJ Dillon play?
Yeah, it might be because AJ Dillon is being touted in chat.
We got to jam AJ Dillon, yeah.
Yeah.
AJ
he might
Dillon.
be
All
a
right, we'll get him
must-have.
in there. How do I filter players that include minimal? Yep. Had to do that just to find AJ Dillon, I think. Yep. 1.7 he's projected for here. There you go, AJ.
Wow, 1.7.
He's gonna be pretty low.
Chris, you're gonna pick the captain of our next game, so be ready for that, buddy. All right, we got AJ Dillon in there. Steve's pick. Ruffs, you got a pick?
So what? We got 3 guys left, right?
Yeah, 3 guys. 6,700 per position.
6,700. All right. I kind of like Lazard.
All right, let's put him in there then. That's 4 Packers. We're going Packers stack.
Whatever.
Whatever. Go ahead, B.
Lazard goat.
Russ went Lazard goat.
Yeah,
I'm going Godwin goat.
Godwin
Wow.
gets you 5'8". Let's see who's around that 5'8". Antonio Brown or Ronald Jones? I'd probably rather Brown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just hope Brown and Godwin rack up a bunch of receptions in that lineup.
Just hope Mike Evans tears his ACL.
Wow, holy, all right. We're going to go to the next game on that note.
You just can't get him to score a lot.
Yeah, hold up. We got the captain coming from Chris, hopefully in chat.
Didn't he say Diggs?
Did he? No, that was someone else from the previous game.
Oh, all right.
Let's see.
Paul just texted me on the side and said he wanted captain Isaiah McKenzie.
Wow. He must have been watching week 17. Josh Allen. Oh, wow. That's really going to decide where our lineup goes. Okay.
Josh Allen. Damn, Chris went expensive. All right.
Quarterback of our team. All right, I'm going to. We got to get Smokey in because we avoided him in our other lineup. We got to get Smokey in. That's my.
I thought we played him in our other.
No, we went down to Colt Beasley to jam Dawson Knox, man.
Yeah, that's a great call.
All right, I'm going to go Brown. All right, let's go with Putz with an early pick.
Oh, all right. Just I want Kelsey, but I feel like just to save a little, it's not much that much less. I mean, I feel like if you're going with Josh Allen, you got to try and squeeze in Diggs, but it's not going to leave you with much.
I'm putting them in. Make the other guys work.
Don't worry, I got a value play for us.
Oh, here we go. Let's hear it.
D-Rob, jam him in.
Who's that? DeMarcus Robinson?
That's right.
Wow. He needs that. He needs a week after last week's performance.
We're winning the Millie Maker.
There you go. Let's go. Steve, you're up.
All right. Let me see.
You got 6'6".
I gotta see if I can fit anybody reasonable. With Mahomes.
Mahomes.
You have to
be 1.8 would be Isaiah McKenzie, Byron Mingle.
Yes, we might have to go with the running
Byron
back of
Pringle.
Mahomes.
What's that?
So I guess we're going Darrell Williams.
Darrell Williams gets you. Yeah, like Singletary, Beasley. That range.
So yeah, would you rather Mahomes and one of those cheap guys or Darrell Williams and one of those guys? So I feel like you need either the running back or the QB from the Chiefs.
Let's go Darrell Williams, and we don't have to fill it out all the way. All right,
All
who's
right, yeah, you
sticking
can fit
around
in
for
Matt
MMA
Barkley
of
though.
you boys?
I'm jumping after I hear Rutz's take on the McGregor fight.
I mean, McGregor KO.
That's where we'll start off, man. Looks like that's where it starts.
Come on, Rutz.
No,
Give me something on it.
What do you mean? I just told you what's going to happen exactly.
Who's this Poirier clown? Is he just gonna get crushed?
No, I mean Poirier's probably one of the toughest guys in the division. Just being able to take a punch. I mean, last time they fought at 145. Now they're up 10 pounds, fighting at 155. So Poirier can take a better punch, but he hasn't taken a punch from McGregor at 155. Not a lot of guys can last. So he's gonna get cracked. He's probably gonna get cracked early, and if he can keep a poker face and not show that he's hurt, he might be able to last to the third round, but I don't see it getting past the third round.
Wow, all right. You like any props for the fight? Like any special bets or nah, you haven't looked.
I mean, I don't mind the McGregor prop. The line's not bad. Like I think it's 150 or like 160 when I saw it a couple of days ago. I'm assuming that's gone up. I mean, it should be minus what his money line is, but like his money line, I mean, Dustin's tough, but I just don't see McGregor losing this fight at all.
All right, I love it.
Chris in chat says McGregor's taking the L. I don't know if you
think about that. Think about that.
All right, well,
that guy's brain.
Chris,
Putz,
why do you think he's going to lose?
We can come back to that fight at the end, but I know a guy you said you liked earlier was Roundtree. Tell me a little bit about him and his fight. He's 9-3 on DraftKings.
Putz, before you go, I'm jumping off. Everybody, good luck on your lineups. Putz, I hope you crush MMA.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for coming on, B.
No problem, boys. I'll talk to you guys later.
See you, B.
See you, man. All right, let's go. Talk to us about that Roundtree fight real quick.
Yeah, so that'll definitely be a fight from a DraftKings perspective and a betting perspective that I'll be targeting pretty heavily. Roundtree's just a way bigger dude. He's got a 3-inch reach advantage. The guy he's fighting, Precino, he's been KO'd 3 times in the first round, and Roundtree has a 70% finish rate, and 5 out of his 8 knockouts have been in the first round. So it's just kind of like the only thing that would worry me about Roundtree is if it's like he's going up against someone that's really good at grappling and getting him on the mat, but this just isn't that matchup. I think that guy's not going to go for it. He's just going to get clipped, and when you get clipped by Roundtree, you don't get back up.
Well put. Steve, do you have these guys are just both projecting at the top of the board, so I thought we'd talk about those two first, Connor and Roundtree. But Steve, do you have a take on either of the two? I think I'd lean Connor just because he's a little cheaper and his fight's 5 rounds. But ideally, it would be nice to get both of them if we could find some underdogs that we like. But we'll get into that.
Yeah, and I don't mind. Like usually, I like stacking the main event. This could be over in 2 minutes, so I might be fading Poirier.
Just in general.
Just because I don't see this fight going very long.
You heard it here first from Putz. Putz, can you give the chat I'll put it in chat, but what is your Twitter account?
It's at the Putz, PUTZ locks. Basically, it's less of a DraftKings lineup, more of just free money bets.
Yeah, exactly. He's into the betting big, and he's been putting out some winners. So follow at the Putz Locks. Yeah, we got Dev out there saying the Putz Locks on Twitter. Yes, sir. Give it the follow. And O'Connor, Putz Locks goated. See, we got some people out there that know.
Appreciate it. There
you go. Let's go. I'm gonna sort by salary now. What did you know about this guy? Maz. I'm not even gonna try to butcher the name, but his name ends in V. I love guys' names that end in V in MMA. They usually like to take it to the mat and get the ground game going.
I have him in a lot of bets. I really, really like the matchup for him. He has a really big reach on this guy. He has better striking, more output. Only thing with DraftKings, though, he should be able to score a lot just from strikes and controlling them. But he doesn't really finish guys. I'm not sure. Let me check what the flight to go the distance on that is. I'm going to probably assume it would be. Yeah, to go the distance, yes, is minus 250. Lentz is a tough guy. I don't see a finish really happening, but he could just beat the crap out of him for 15 minutes and dominate. So yeah, he's definitely a good DraftKings play because he should score pretty well.
Yeah, he's expensive, and I like the other guys a little better, so I don't know if I'm going to be getting to him much, but
yeah, I'll have some of him, but there's some guys with knockout potential where you'll get that bonus that I like to target more.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely, yeah, he definitely has that
I don't
upside.
know. Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you or Steve, but like when I'm kind of looking at making lineups, I really focus a lot on the fight to go the decision line.
Yeah, I'm definitely concentrating on the Vegas odds, who they
Yeah.
think's going to win the match, and how close they think it's going to be, and then how long it's going to go. Yeah.
Yeah, the rounds, like the amount of rounds, obviously for the championship rounds, add a lot of value because especially if it's a fight where you think it's going to be a brawl for 5 rounds, but then you have this McGregor fight where it could be over in a minute and Poirier could get you literally 0 points.
There you go. Steve, do you have anything on these top guys? You haven't really chimed in much. Still with us, Steve?
Yeah, I love McGregor and Roundtree as well. Just I think one or both will get the first one to get the new DK bonus.
What's the new bonus?
Like knockout in the first 20 seconds, I think it is, or 30 seconds.
Wow, that's a great call.
I would say probably Roundtree if I had to pick between those two. I don't think Dustin. I don't think he's gonna go. But dude, you never know. McGregor got Cowboy out in 40 seconds, so you just don't know.
Right. How about Amanda Ribas? I don't know I don't know. I think I've heard her name before, but I guess I don't really know much about MMA. I can just read the lines and do my best to make what I think are good lineups. Not
Yeah. So I mean,
it's just my way of getting action in, but
yeah. From a betting perspective, I really like Rebus. I really like the matchup for her. I usually don't even tweet like when I'm putting my picks out. I usually don't even include women's MMA unless I'm super confident, and she's definitely one I really like. She honestly should dominate. She's better on the feet. She takes her down. She definitely has the submission pedigree to get her subbed, but I think she'll probably win by a decision and it'd be a 30-27.
Okay. Steve, you got anything there?
I don't really know anything about this fighter. I'll be on the putts locks and take his word for gospel.
There you go. Smart man.
Yeah. I got one early big money parlay in, and we've gone over to all 3 of them actually now.
Okay, so do you want to tout that real quick?
Yeah, just for the people. I have Roundtree, Evilov, and Rebus.
There you go.
Comes out to like minus 103.
Oh wow, so you're getting about even money there. There you go.
Yep, and I really like all their matchups and think they should all dominate. And Roundtree's not one of those big boys that just goes out. He'll throw bombs, but he won't do it where he gasses himself in 2 seconds like half the other big boys. He can really pace himself and land clean punches.
Nice. That's what I like to hear.
Just a free money parlay for all the people watching.
CG in chat, appreciate that subscription. And is McGregor a lock? He says.
I mean, he's been asking me this for a month now. Is McGregor a lock? All because I said Poirier was tough, and he wants to make it seem like I'm riding Poirier.
But the answer is?
He's got no shot.
So yes, he's a lock.
Yeah, he's a lock.
Arman. Who is this and who is he facing? Yo, Putsy, thank you for the subscription while you're in the chat. Thank you, my guy.
Cuck God reminded me. Yeah, you ask about who?
Arman I'm not sure how to pronounce that last name. Don't want to butcher it. So he's the 9K
Yeah.
fighter.
Yeah, I mean that. Here, it's a tough one. This is a really close fight. Armand looked really good in his UFC debut, and he faced a tough guy. He ended up losing, but then he's won since then. The guy, it's tough because Nasrat is really good on the feet, and he puts out a lot of output. Armand's just good on the ground, and I feel like that's been winning a lot lately. Guys that are able to just control you on the ground and don't let you do anything. So I'm leaning that way. It can really go either way. So I could see a finish here, but I don't know. Not a huge fight that I'm going to be targeting.
Okay. Yeah, there was a certain point to where the lines became like close, and I'm not sure what fight it was.
It might be the Tavares.
That it started.
The
Tavares, is Azatar a big favorite? I'm sorry, I know I'm butchering that name.
No, Otman Azatar. I don't think so. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure that line got decently close.
Like, I
That's gonna
don't
be
think
that's gonna be a heck
this
of a
is
fight.
personally how I roll. These
Yeah.
guys are too big of underdogs. If anything, I might touch Poirier just because he's a 5-round
Can
fighter.
you can
But
you
I'm
scroll
probably
up
not
just
going to touch
because
these other guys. What's up?
can
Go
you
up.
scroll up because your camera's blocking the
My
names?
camera is blocking that. Hold up, I can just take my camera off real quick to show. Oh, not
Just
that.
move it over to the right side. The whole right side of the screen is open.
True, I can move it. Okay. I'm leaving it there for now, but I'm going to move it.
Okay.
Talk to
Yeah.
me about if you think you'll touch, because those were all the top fighters we really just talked about there. Do you think you'll go any of those underdogs? Because we didn't have any dog picks there.
Yeah. Matt Fravella could get it done.
I have him listed still. I have him unchecked or
The
checked.
only
I'm
thing about
sorry.
that is he's fighting Ottman, and Ottman hits like a truck, so he could get him out early. But Favella's tough, and if he lasts, he is the kind of guy that'll just wear on you and nonstop in your face. So he could score a lot from striking if he is able to last, but I'm afraid that he might get knocked out of the first round. So there's definitely a decent amount of risk with playing him. Carlos Jr. I think I'll be playing him a decent amount, honestly.
Okay.
He's got 4-inch reach. Tavares is definitely better striking. And Carlos doesn't really throw a lot. Carlos Jr. doesn't really throw a lot, but he is a demon on the mat. He's a black belt on the mat. So if he's able to get him down and control the fight, he can, especially with the new scoring with ground control. If he gets you on the ground, you're just not getting up.
Yeah, I can't really talk about the new scoring effects, but I know that definitely is factored into these projections here. And like Putz just mentioned, ground time. I don't know, Putz, did you change up your mind on how you go about making lineups at all with the new changing scoring?
A little bit. I mean, it depends. Not really with anyone. It doesn't really have any effect with anyone in this, but like, say you get Khabib's not the best example because if Khabib gets you on the ground, he usually finishes it in 2 rounds. But like, look at the main event from Wednesday if you watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Chiesa had him on the ground the entire fight and scored really well just from ground control, ground and pound, takedowns. So I mean, it definitely like I had Chiesa in all my lineups because I knew if that's the way the fight went that he would score a lot, and he did. So I mean, for fighters like that where you just know they're going to get you on the ground and really not submit you, even though he almost did, I like that a lot. That's a nice addition. But I mean, it's not a lot of points, so it doesn't have a huge effect.
Yeah, Steve, did you see anything on the changes and anything that you think you would make any changes to the way you play?
Yeah, the only thing, I noticed, at least it seemed from the past 2 cards, guys were scoring like less amount of points. So I guess you really you really want to find those guys that are gonna get the finishes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're already doing that before, but also with the new thing, I think the dogs though can score like low 50s, which isn't the worst thing in the world.
Right.
Yeah, it
I
depends how much
saw
you're
that
paying
last
for 'em.
card.
Yeah, like the Jones guy outscored the guys that won. Like he scored 56 and the Sue scored
Nadarji
50.
scored 50, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is crazy.
Which I still don't understand. Me and Steve were talking about it earlier, but he got a knockdown in that fight, and they didn't give him the 10 knockdown points, which kind of screwed me a little bit, but whatever.
But we're on to this slate. We're on to this one.
Yep, exactly. Another cheap guy, sorry, is it really depends how the fight goes with Dan Hooker and Michael Chandler.
Yeah, I just wanted you to go, go on with these guys, like besides the top guys that we talked about, and we kind of said we weren't playing. Go ahead and talk about some of these matchups and where you think you'll be targeting some of these players. Dogs, because I know they're all close matchups. So dog or favorite that you might like.
Yeah, I mean, one guy who's not like a huge underdog, he's an underdog that I'll probably throw a little bit of money on for betting purposes. Is actually the first fight of the night, Albez. I'm not even going to try and say the other guy's last name or first name. Zumaglov.
Okay, I see him on
Albez.
there, 8'3",
Yeah,
8.3.
he's 7'9". He's an underdog. He's really good on the ground and really good at getting takedowns. He's not the best striking. Same kind of thing, just with the points and how well he'll be able to control the fight on the ground if it gets there. That over 3 rounds, he's just going to wear on him. And the other guy's always in close fights. It's always a close fight with him. He kind of got robbed his last fight, but I just think if he gets to the ground, he could definitely get a submission and get those ground and pound, ground control time points. So I like him. I'll definitely have a decent amount of him.
All right, cool. Steve, do you have? I don't know how much you've looked at this at all, but do you know that? Do you have a pick of any of these guys in the mid range here?
Honestly, no. I was just gonna ask Russ, like, are there any fights that you think you need the winner from?
I mean, all of them, but
no, I mean, like,
would
say,
it-
like maybe this one that you don't need the winner from like a certain fight if they don't score well. Like, I'm saying, like maybe the main event, like you probably are gonna want McGregor or Poirier.
yeah, absolutely. Because if Poirier wins, it's going to be. Everyone's like, oh, Dustin just needs to wrestle him. Like everyone thinks Connor's wrestling is terrible. It's not. Like he held Khabib off for 4 rounds and got a lot of stuffs on a lot of the best grappler in MMA. He by far gave Khabib his toughest challenge. And then they're like, oh, Connor gasses. Only time he gassed was when he went and fought Nate Diaz, and he went from 145 pounds to 170. Like, that's just going to happen. And then he came back and beat Nate Diaz in 5 rounds. So it's like kind of a misconception with Connor, but I think you definitely have to have McGregor just because of the potential of a first round knockout.
Yeah.
I actually saw floating around that there's a myth going. He called it a myth that he's out of shape right now.
No, there's no shot. McGregor looks the best he's ever looked. And just from listening to him talk and watching some of his training videos and some of his practice videos that I've been watching, he just looks so sharp.
Yeah, he's on top of his game, man.
Yeah, I just think McGregor is a must-have. I really like having Roundtree. It's going to be tough to kind of make a lineup with both of those guys, but I think if you throw in like a Michael Chandler in that fight against Tucker, the co-main event, that's going to be a crazy fight because if Hooker wins that, he's going to beat the crap out of him on the ground. If Hooker wins, he's probably going to knock him out. So Steve, could be a fight that you're talking about where you're going to want the winner. Because whoever wins that fight is going to score really high. But if it goes 3 rounds, I think both of the guys could score well.
Yeah, it's true. You guys want to do a lineup?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. Well, we were actually we were obviously liking McGregor, but
Yeah.
Pucks, do you want to give us an underdog that you think has a shot and might score well if they do win?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just pull up my thing real quick. I mean, you could go. We'll go with let's go with the first fight. We'll go with Amir.
All right, Amir,
7-9.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, I know you said you haven't looked at much, but you're gonna make a pick, man.
All right, so we have McGregor and Amir.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Roundtree.
Wow, okay,
Making it
we're really
difficult
got
on
crap.
us.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, all right. Sounds good, my guy. Let's see, who will I go with?
And Orbs, if you want to stack the main event, you can throw Poirier in there because like there is a chance. I don't think it'll happen, but there is a chance that he's able to kind of withstand the punches and drag it out. And he is cheap as he is really cheap. So I mean, it's up to you really what you want to do with it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go and try. I like to try and attack and get 6 winners for my tournament lineups usually.
Yeah, and if that's the case,
Unless the fight like it was the Holloway Qatar fight where it was like most likely favored to go 5 rounds. This one isn't.
Right. No.
It's just more riskier. I liked it in that more situation, but
Yeah.
trying to think. I'm gonna go with a cheap play in Frivola. I know it's
Yeah.
probably risky, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
play it.
It's either he gets knocked out early or he.
It is what it is, man. It's early in the week. Might not end up being on him too much, but for the sake of the lineup, Putts, go with another play, and Steve finish us off. Putts, you there? Steve?
Yeah.
Steve's there.
My,
All right, Steve, you give me a
sorry,
pick.
my controller turned off.
I know
Yeah, go
you're
ahead,
good.
Steve.
All right, Putts is back with us. Go ahead, Putts.
Steve, go ahead. Go ahead.
So we probably need like a
Either a
mid-range
dog or
guy.
we can go another dog or a favorite, or we can get 2 cheap favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you like Dan Hooker, Ruts, or do you like Chandler more?
It's just tough with Chandler because it's his first time in the UFC, but like he fought in Bellator, which is like the other big MMA company, and he was definitely a demon in Bellator. But Dan Hooker's just got such a height and reach advantage where I don't know if Michael Chandler's going to be able to close the distance, and Hooker can take a punch. So I do like Hooker. If you went with a cheap guy, I was probably going to pick him.
All right, I'll go Hooker then.
Yeah, we'll throw him in.
So we got Hooker in?
Yeah, we'll go Hooker. And what do we got left? We got 7-8.
Jessica, I can't go Chandler because we have Hooker. Sanchez. Junior.
I mean, yeah, Sanchez goes for a good amount of takedowns, but the only thing is Muradov has really good takedown defense, so I like him to win that fight, and he's better at striking. So I don't know if I want to go Sanchez. If between either the like any of those low guys, I would probably go Carlos Jr. Just hoping he can get the fight to the mat. Because if he does, I think he should be able to win the fight and score pretty good. So I mean, we can go with him and then kind of see what we have left.
Yeah, you can really play around with these cheap guys. That's kind of what I'm doing right now, putting in different cheap guys here. It's early in the week though. We're not positive
Yeah,
on what
I mean,
we're
I saw
gonna
you
do
just
on
put in
DraftKings yet.
Sanchez for Sanchez and for Vola. Honestly, if you're picking between those two, I would probably go for Vola just because he has a better chance of lasting.
There you go.
And he's cheaper, which
All right,
helps a
Putz,
little
any
bit.
final takes on the MMA slate?
Not really. You got some really good fights. It's tough. It's always tough with MMA because you're always gonna have those guys that are like, these guys are gonna dominate, and then the underdogs are just. It's hard to get a really good score, and you kind of need to get lucky and get someone who upsets someone and gets a knockout or something. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think you could score really well with Roundtree, McGregor, possibly Dan Hooker, and then I think Amir could definitely win the fight, so you'll get a win there. Same thing with Carlos Jr. It's just with those lower 8K guys, they're always going to be a close fight and a tough fight, and you just kind of need them to win.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting this week for sure. Steve, any final thoughts? And Chad, do you have any questions before we get out of here for any of us?
No final thoughts. No final thoughts, but I'm excited to watch the McGregor fight for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be incredible energy in there. He brings an incredible amount of just.
Yeah, even with
just
the
gonna
limited
be
crowd.
when he's walking in to when he's in the ring.
There is nothing better in sports than a Conor McGregor walkout.
Oh, I mean, nothing good came out of this coronavirus, but me getting into MMA came out of this basically because it was something on while nothing else was on. You know what I mean? And I never thought I'd be
Yeah.
into MMA, but I knew you were always into it, and Steve, I think you were similar to me that we kind of got into it at a similar time.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, it's something nice to
we
have
both have really enjoyed
Saturday.
it. I mean, I haven't missed many Saturdays since.
Yeah, it's the nice thing. Other than the big break that we just had from what it felt like a long break from basically Christmas until this last Saturday. It's basically it's every Saturday, which is awesome.
Yeah, right. Gives you something on Saturday. I mean, college football's banned here in PA, so we can't play that. So Saturdays are for MMA, and Sundays are obviously obligated for football. Any final thoughts on football, Steve?
No, I think you just gotta jam in the studs.
Yeah. My final thoughts on football would be, I think I'm going to be targeting the Bills Chiefs game. I like the prices on the players, and I think that game is a better chance to shoot out. I just think it lines up for that to I mean, it lines up for a good lineup construction, and I just I hope that hits. Putz, I know you'll be watching those games. I know you prioritize MMA, but final thoughts on NFL?
Nah, not really. I mean, you guys kind of touched on all the points.
You got a winner in either or both of the games?
I don't know. They're really, really good matchups, honestly. It's going to be hard to beat KC if they're full strength. And then I don't know. Packers, I hate Tom Brady, but you can't really count him out.
Yeah. We got Bucks money line question in chat. Steve, what do you think?
No, I'm taking the Packers.
I think I slightly lean Packers, man, but that's going to be just a great matchup of the two. I hope it's a slug match because, like I said, with what I'm probably doing, but it's going to be a great matchup between two legendary quarterbacks. And then the other one's going to be a great matchup too. The NFL's great product right now. Love the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys, we can get out of here. Appreciate everyone that stopped by in the Twitch chat. Hopefully we do more of these. Please tell me if you guys like them. If I put this one up on YouTube, man, comment in the chats. I know that's what is the algorithm on here, so need comments, likes, and subscribes, man. Right, guys?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And are you gonna do a 10-man?
Yeah, I'm also gonna make a 10-man link that I'm gonna post in the YouTube link here. So, if we can get 10 people to join, we actually have 10 viewers right now in the Twitch chat. So, remember to look in the YouTube chat. In the description, it'll be a 10-man. Steve will be in there. Ruts will be in there. I know a lot of good people from chat will be in here. Chris is saying MVP is known not to win the Super Bowl / get there. So who's the MVP? Rodgers?
Yeah.
Wow. So Chris is on the Bucks money line with CG, and that's how we'll get out of here, boys. I think that means take the Packers. Nah, I'm just kidding. But
Thanks
CG did have a big
big
bet on the Packers last week, right?
Yes, he
definitely did.
Yep.
Yes, he
he
did.
very
All right,
much
boys, we're
did.
out of here. Thank you.